or that you're willing to share that. I think what you touched on, really warms my heart in that, credit challenges happen to really good people. All kinds of challenges happen to really good people. But the problem with credit challenges is that the consequence of a negative item hitting your credit is 7 years. Whereas most of our little hiccups in life, you can kind of, dust yourself off and find yourself across the finish line a lot sooner. And so it's such an unforgiving system. And frankly, it's corrupt. I think the FICO score system and how it's designed in favor of credit card companies and very rarely are the things that build a FICO score credit, for example, the same things that make good financial sense. Yeah. So when you're following like Dave Ramsey and Susie Orman and all the really knowledgeable financial planners in the world that I tend to admire and look up to, a lot of them have just crazy good advice that I follow, but I can almost never share that information with a consumer in the middle of a consultation because it's so contrary. And so a lot of times when you have an 850 FICO, which is perfect, you got a lot of things that you don't want. You got a lot of debt, and so thank you for sharing that. And you're right, the education is missing. It's missing in all levels of education. It's so unfortunate.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's intentional because they don't want you to understand these things because then they could charge you more money on the interest and all that kind of stuff. So
absolutely.
That's my suspicion. So.
And things like, yesterday or today, we have constant conversations with, thousands of clients now. It's kind of fun to see where we've grown. But the number one thing is, well, should I pay my car off? In what world would you tell someone no? I mean, it's like such a wise thing to do to not have to pay interest for 15 years or however long these car loans are, 5-6 years depending. 15 years, that would be an awful loan. Sorry. But you know what I mean, where you're just paying and, you get no reward. Actually, you get penalized for paying off a car. And then you get penalized again when you buy the next one. So, all those factors are so in conflict with what makes good financial sense. And that is missing from the high school level. And I laugh because so many of the young people in my program that I can't even believe are old enough to be in my program now, that I'm old enough for them to be in like, oh my gosh. They'll say things to me like, can I Venmo you? I'm like, no, maybe one day. I mean, but they don't have checks.
Can I Zelle you?
Yeah. Can I Zelle you? Can I Venmo you? They don't even have the ability or know how to write a check, let alone, how all this works. So one day that will be what I do next is I will be in creating curriculums for people.